Well, welcome to Giacometti Pure Presence. I'm Paul Moorhouse. I'm the curator of the exhibition, which is opening at the National Portrait Gallery in October 2015, and the author of the accompanying book. I think the subject of our project is one of the really great artists of the 20th century, one of the real giants of modernism. Comparisons, I guess, could be made with artists of similar stature. I think of Picasso, and like Picasso, Giacometti's work, in a sense, defines the time in which it was created. But given the visibility of Giacometti's importance, the question arises, is there anything left to discover about Giacometti? And I think that what we'd like to say is that our exhibition in this book proves that, yes, there is a lot to be discovered about Giacometti. Exhibitions of Giacometti's work and the many publications that exist tend to follow a fairly standard route. They plot their career according to familiar signposts: the time in Paris, the surrealist work, the existentialist sculptures. That's familiar. What our exhibition does is to propose an alternative reading of Giacometti's work, and it shows that effectively he had a double life. Alongside the time in Paris, he was making regular visits to Switzerland, and throughout his career from 1914 to 1966, he had an unbroken involvement with portraiture. And this is the subject of our exhibition and the publication. We follow Giacometti's involvement with portraits throughout that life, alongside his more familiar work. And our contention in this publication is that Giacometti is not only one of the greatest artists of the 20th century, he's also one of the leading portraitists. What our book does is to develop the thesis of the exhibition. It shows in a biographical way, accompanied by wonderful photographs by Ernst Scheidegger, Cecil Beaton and many others. It shows Giacometti's involvement in portraiture, but it teases out what Giacometti's portraits are really about. We're not talking about conventional likenesses, we're not talking about biography, we're not talking about achievement, we're not talking about any of the familiar conventions of portraiture. Giacometti, for Giacometti, was something quite different. It's about looking, it's about testing his response to a human presence in the studio, and it's about really unraveling our relationship with the world. I think this exhibition and this publication will do something quite surprising. It'll take a familiar figure but reveal them in a really new light.